Now we're going to be in our display train cars, and in here I have coded out a little bit extra just to make the output look a little neater. I have included some if-else statements that might not be necessary if you don't care about the output, but we're pretty professional here, so we care about the output. We're going to code it neatly. If our front is equal to null, this is going to be our first case, that means our list is totally empty. We have no train cars. So we'll do a sysout, and then we're just going to print out empty. Otherwise, we'll come down here and we are going to be inside of here. Remember, this is if we have something now. So now we want to look at the first thing. We'll say if front dot factory dot length, and this is the extra I was talking about. We're going to see the length, and if it's under a certain amount, we're going to add extra spacing. This will become more clear in a second. If front.factory.length is less than the size 8, well, we're going to add a tab. And we know that a tab is just 8 characters. So we'll have a sysout, and if we just have one line under an if or else statement, we don't need brackets. So we'll have sysout.println, we'll have front.factory, and then we're going to have 2 tabs inside of here. And then we're going to do front.stop because we want to print out the stop. And then next, you guessed it, we're going to have a tab just for spacing. This spacing doesn't matter because once we've spaced out the front, the rest will fall in line. The only annoying part is the front.factory name, which is very changing. The actual numbers, they won't change that much. So we have this, and then we are going to do plus front.material to get the next part. And so this is if our front value, string length, is less than 8. If it's greater than 8, we're still going to be inside of our outer else statement, but we can just write that we are going to have else, and then we're basically going to print out the same thing. So we can copy this line and paste it down here. All we have to do is change this because we don't need 2 t's because it is not less than 8. Now we need to traverse the rest of our list. We could do this easily in a for loop. So we will have for. We're going to do a car. We'll call it current, and we'll set this equal to front.next. And then inside of here, we're going to run this while our current does not equal to null. And then we're just going to do current is equal to current.next. And then we will be inside of our for loop. Inside of this for loop, we're really just going to be doing this if-else statement, the exact same thing for every single car. So we can just copy and paste this inside of here. Again, it's going to be the exact same code. And we're going to run through this for our entire for loop right here, as long as we have something in here. And that is the entire display train cars. Now, lastly, for our train class, to complete it, we need this merge. And so this merge reads from the update.txt and merges it with the new train car. We're merging 2 linked lists, and we should maintain the sorted order. So what we're going to first do is read in our update.txt. We are then going to add it to our train car, and then we're just going to sort it. So all we're really doing is just reading this in, and then calling the 2 methods add front and sort list that we've made previously. We're going to need a scanner to read the update file. We will call this scanner, and we will call it scan and set this equal to a new scanner. We're going to have it read the new file, which is update. We'll end this line, and then we're going to have a while loop because it's a boolean while our scanner dot has next, and we're going to read this in line by line again. We will be inside of here. We are going to split the tokens again at the comma. It's going to be the exact same thing as the initializing one, except we're just updating it here, so that's important to note. So we're going to do what we did before, where we have a string. We're storing this in an array of calling it tokens. We're going to set this equal to the next line dot split. So we will do scan dot next line dot split, and then we're splitting at the comma. Oh, we don't want a space there. That's important to note. We just want to split it at our comma. And then we can end this line. We're going to come down here, still in the while loop. And then inside of here, we are going to do, again, what we've done previously. We set int a equal to 0. We're going to have a for each loop where we're going to run our string. We'll call it b for the entire length of tokens. And then we will be inside of here, and then we're going to set the token at our 8th index equal to the string at our specific token, which is b. And then we're just going to do a++ every single time we run this. Now, when we're done, we are going to break out of this for loop, and we've read our entire line. This is for this specific line. We're only looking at this line, and we're going to add it in. So we're going to do add front. We're going to pass in the first token, so the token at index 0, which we know is the stop or the name, I believe, one of the two. And then we're going to get the integer. It's stored in the string format right now, so we're going to have to do integer.parseInt, where we pass in the tokens at the first index because we know that is holding the stop number. And then we are also going to pass in tokens at the second index. We will end this line, and then when we're totally done with our while loop, we're going to break out of here, and we're just going to call sort list to sort it. And that is all good there. Running over this, we have an unhandled exception, and this is because we haven't checked if the file exists. We have no checking here, so to check if the file exists, we have to throw a file not found exception. And granted, hopefully this is all correct, that will be it for our entire train.java. So this is all the methods that we have wrote so far, and we've gone over how to implement them. Now we need to make our main method.